Hey everyone, it's Andrew. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a video doing an unboxing and actually a 2-year review of the Unicook pizza stone, which is this stone right here. Previously, I actually did an unboxing and review of this when I got my prior stone about 2 years ago, but I recently moved and I was worried that the stone would break and it took a lot of space as far as moving. So I ended up giving that stone to my brother and bought a replacement. And so what we'll do in this video is we'll take this out of the packaging. I'll discuss some subtle nuances to it as far as what I've experienced with using this over the past 2 years. As always, if you're interested in potentially purchasing this, I'll leave links below, but we'll get started. So this is the Unicook pizza stone. This specific one is going to be their 16 by 14 rectangular pizza stone. It comes in this solid box, which is very, very compact. It'll have styrofoam to protect it. And for me, it was shipped directly in this box. There was no extra box or anything like that. But we'll take a look and see if there were any issues as far as shipping and stuff like that. But this is what comes in the box. And so first off, they have a Unicook insert on how to use it, what to do for the first use, instructions, how to clean and care for it, everything like that as far as cleaning it and taking care of it. There's a lot of kind of background information on pizza stones that I'll discuss the care for, but there's mixed stuff online on like what to do for cleaning it and stuff. So just, I'll give you some tips based on that. They also have this paddle here that helps clean it. And so you can't use this immediately after it's used because the pizza stone retains heat. But this is a good item that once the pizza stone cools off, it's a good way to scrape it. So if you have like gunk on it, I'll just show you the pizza stone actually while we're talking. But basically this whole box has styrofoam and 2 layers of it, so it protects it and the stone doesn't get damaged, so it has no issues here. And I would recommend keeping the box, so if you run into the situation I had where I was moving and had to go somewhere new, you have that box readily available and you can just put the stone directly into it so it's protected, because obviously it works really well. But as I was saying, this paddle is really good for cleaning it. So once this gets cool, you can scrape with the edge here, and it's got this tapered edge that can scrape the surface. So if you have any burnt debris or anything on the surface, you can just rub it across and clean it that way. Additionally, this curved edge allows you to dig in a little bit. So this works really, really well for cleaning it. Just make sure that it's cool. But this is the pizza stone. So the dimensions are 16 inches here by 14 inches. For most ovens, this will fit on a shelf and it'll be like perfect size. So what I do is I put this in the oven and just leave it there all the time on the bottom shelf. And so anytime you use the oven, essentially this will heat up and any burnt debris or anything will kind of burn off, which is beneficial there. Plus, you don't really want to take this out and in because you're much more likely to break it because it is heavy. It's like a porous stone. And so if you drop it, bang it, anything like that, it is more likely to crack. And you also want to keep it on a flat surface. You don't want to keep it on the edge because it's more likely to break that way. On the bottom here, it says Unicook, but this is the working surface here. And so as far as using this, general advice, what I do is whenever I use this, I put the oven on whatever temperature, like 400 say for a pizza, and I'll leave it on there like that while I'm prepping the pizza and a little bit longer, usually like at least 15 to 20 minutes. And that allows the pizza stone to fully heat up and retain the heat. And the benefit there is when you put the pizza on it, it'll give like a nice crisp like crust to it as compared to if you put it on like a normal pan or something like that. It just provides like another layer of like flavor and texture to the pizza. Additionally, the size of this is really good where you can do a 16-inch pizza. So I'm pretty lazy. I don't make my own pizza dough, but I go to Trader Joe's, and usually the Trader Joe's pizza matches up to this size. And so it fits almost perfectly for that. So most over-the-counter, not over-the-counter, but like store-bought pizza doughs will be about the size of this, unless you get like a larger quantity or double it up. So those are some subtle nuances there. So heating it up is the one thing. As far as cleaning it, usually what I do is I actually just leave it in the oven and just let it heat off, and then once it cools, I'll scrape it off. and you'll pick up stains on here because basically the stone will naturally absorb like whatever is on it. And so if you put any like chemicals, water, anything like that, soap, whatever it might be, because it's a porous stone, it'll absorb into it. So you want to avoid doing that. So you don't want to put this in water. You don't want to put it with soap or any sort of chemical, because then it absorbs into it, and then that's going to get transferred to your food when you use it. So really what I do is, as long as there's no significant dirt or anything like that on this, I'll scrape it off every single time, clean it off from that standpoint. But sometimes what happens is there's a little bit of buildup on here. So say you accidentally spill something or you have something burn on here where it's like much thicker crustiness. Usually what I do is I either try to scrape it with this, or I'm gonna go over it in a second. I'll unbox it in a second, but there's a pizza peel that I have that's an aluminum pizza peel, like this. And I'm gonna do a video on this because I had to purchase this as well. But basically I'll scrape it with this, and that'll get the most of the surface debris off of it. So those are the two mechanisms or steps that I use for cleaning. So really just scraping it and really just burning it off. However, if you do have a buildup and stuff like that, you can use baking soda on it. So that's what you usually recommend, is basically once it's cool, put a mixture of water and baking soda on it and scrub it off that way. And that'll clean it and get rid of the stains. But try to avoid that. It's kind of cumbersome. I've had to do that a couple times in the beginning as this built up. Whatever, like as it aged, you would call it. So those are the three sort of steps that I use to clean it. One thing with the baking soda, if you use any water with this, because it is porous and absorbs the moisture, very similar to my drying mats, you have to let it cool, dry off, and basically dissipate all that water before you heat it up. If you use this, wash it or get it wet and then put it back in the oven and heat it up, because of the moisture, the water content in the stone is going to expand and likely crack or damage it. So you really don't want this wet. So that's the other thing to keep in mind. And then the last thing is there's like mixed things, as far as if you look online, a lot of people say like you need to season it with olive oil or like some sort of oil and like put it in here. To be honest, I don't do that. I found that just use the stone, basically just do whatever you're gonna do, keep it maintained, scrape off all the debris, and it'll naturally season with time. And the benefit of that is all like the kind of like flavor profile of your pizza and stuff will absorb into the crust, and it'll kind of get like a seasoned effect to it, very similar to like a cast iron pan with time. So that's the general nuances to this. This is the Unicook pizza stone. This one, 16 by 14, is $40. I think it's absolutely worth the price. You can use it for any baked good. So if you have pizza, you have anything like that, you have cookies, you have any like croissants, anything like that, you can put it on here and it's going to provide a much better crust and cooking shell to it than if you put it on a normal pan. So I highly recommend this thing. I had this for 2 years, use it all the time, absolutely love it without any issues. It takes some getting used to as far as cleaning it, but it's definitely worth the $40 price, especially if you make pizza routinely. Additionally, you can put this in the oven or you can put it on a grill. So if you have a grill, you can also use it there, and that's another way to cook pizza as well. But that's all I have for this video. Thanks for watching. If you want to purchase this, there'll be a link below, and as always, have a great day.